Hey guys, welcome back to Mango Invest. If you're new to the channel, I'm a dividend investor from Australia who shows you everything about the portfolio in a transparent sort of way. There's a lot of YouTubers out there who tell you on Instagram and YouTube that they're making all this amount of money, but they don't actually go in and show you their portfolio and see how many dividends they're making and what expenses that they have and all the rest of it. So if you like that idea of a YouTube channel that shows you everything, subscribe right now and give me a like on the video. That really helps out. But this is how I'm investing in 2026. We'll just start with a portfolio rundown. So we've got $638,000 of total equity, 47,000 of that is total profit, and then that's all in Australian currency, and just below we've got some US currency here of $1,585. Let's have a look at the holdings. I'll just float the holdings there while we talk about a couple of things. But it's a new year, 2026. A lot of people are making different changes of how they invest, whether they're going to consolidate their portfolio, whether they're going to continue to do the same thing. Are they going to, buy out and look into buying real estate and things like that. But how I'm going to invest in 2026 is no different to how I've been investing for the last 5 years. I've been investing since 2019, and I've taken a portfolio from $0 all the way up to $600,000 plus of US Australian currency. So the first fund that we're going to target is SCHD. Now, I'll just show you, what my value of SCHD is worth at the moment. So the equity is looking at $52,000, and about $5,000 is total profit. So the average buy price that we've got now is $26. It's now currently $29. Scrolling down here, it's got a dividend yield of 3.84%, and it pays quarterly. So, a lot of people, probably think, hey, 3.84%, that's probably really not all that amount of money. Well, we don't really care about the dividend yield at this stage. Let's have a look over at Seeking Alpha, and it's not the dividend, but it's how much they increase the dividend every single year that makes it so attractive. So looking at the 5-year growth period, in 2021, they paid an annual dividend of 75 cents. Fast forward the next year, 85. Fast forward, 89, 99 cents, and now we're up to $1.05. And then so every year you can see the growth pattern of every single year they increase their dividend. 15% here, 19%, 3%, yeah, that's on the low end, 12%, and then last year 5%. So pretty keen to see how much they're going to grow that dividend this year. But SCHD are a long-standing fund that seem to grow their dividend every single year that make this fund so attractive. So, with all the the money that I'm going to deposit, all the dividends that I'm going to get from other companies, I'm going to reinvest that to SCHD, and hopefully we can get some good growth over time. Like I was saying, we've got $52,000 in total value at the moment. Let's see this year if we can increase that to $60,000 to $70,000. The next fund that I'm going to target this year in 2026 is JetQ. So let's have a look of how much money I've invested, a little bit more than SCHD. We've got $74,000 worth of total equity, and as you can see there, $3,200 is invested. The average buy price in which I bought it is $56. As you can see there, it's now up to just under $59, so a little bit of profit there. Scrolling down, we can see that we've got a 11.58% dividend yield, and it pays monthly, so a lot larger dividend yield out of JetQ. This one targets a lot more technology compared to SCHD, whereas it's got a lot of consumer businesses in there. But having a look over Seeking Alpha now, and we can have a look at the growth year period. So this one's a newer fund, so it hasn't been around as long as SCHD, but you can see some pretty good dividend raises. It's too early to say that they're going to be very consistent at providing that 29%, 8%, and then 12% dividend growth here. It's very unlikely for companies to sustain that high yearly increase. But so far so good. So in 2022, $3.85. 2023, $5. 2024, an annual dividend of $5.44, and then in 2025, $6.12. So I'm pretty keen to see how much they increase their dividend, this financial year, and yeah, we'll see how they go, and hopefully it remains to be a very consistent dividend yield. So far, with all the companies that I own, we've got a yield on cost, just under 10%, and we're looking at getting, $54,000 this year annually if all goes well. Now, I've got a lot of yield max ETFs, which are very inconsistent, a little bit risky, etc., etc. But it's very important that I don't have all of my money in those risky funds. I can sort of diversify those a little bit. But every month we're projected to get $4,563. So not too bad there. Now, the third thing that I'm looking to do this year is let's have a look at the cash position on stake. Quickly overview here, and we've got $2,363 of cash in Australian currency, just sitting around. So the third thing I'm going to do this year in 2026 is look to build a little bit of cash. So yes, investing into SCHD, yes, investing into JEPQ, but probably only like, $500 every month, maybe $1,000 every month. But that's with me depositing money, but also reinvesting the dividends. But yeah, building cash would be a very important thing to do this year. In the market, there's always going to be an opportunity. So what I'm looking at targeting, if a market correction was to take place, we've got Apple and Microsoft, which are always pretty attractive investments to invest in there. And we just need a little bit of cash on the sidelines to, get ready for that opportunity there. Tesla's always a good one. I was thinking of selling out of Tesla this year. We've got a good profit of just under $17,000 there, so that's always going to be something in the back of my mind that, hey, maybe I do want to sell Tesla and then put that into higher paying dividend companies, like SCHD and JEPQ and that sort of stuff. So that's the plan for 2026. If you did want to stick around for the journey and the goal of getting this portfolio to $1 million, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, it really helps out. And put your comments below on what you think, how you're investing, what companies that you're buying and selling, and all the rest of it. That'd be pretty cool to have a chat in the comments about. And I'll catch you in the next video.